In jazz music improvisation, the most important building block is probably the 2-5-1. I'm going to show you how you can add these 3 levels of licks into your favorite standards of the American songbook. Let's get this ball rolling. Level 1. I played this lick over the 2-5-1 progression in G, A minor, D7, G major 7. It's important to understand why this is level 1. If you understand why we play these notes on this lick, it's much easier later to put the lick into context like a famous standard. In the whole first bar, we are only playing chord notes of the A minor 9 chord, the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th and the 9th. The thing I do in this first bar is running up that arpeggio, the root, the 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th. In the second bar, we only play the chord notes of the D7 chord, the D, the F sharp, the A, the C, the E. Root, 3rd, 5, 7, 9. In the second bar on the D7, I'm jumping between the 5th and the 3rd. And then from the 3rd, I'm going to the 9th and the root. As in the other bars, on the G major 9 chord, I only use the chord notes. The G, the B, the D, the F sharp and the A. The root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th and the 9th. In the third bar, I start with the B, and then halfway that third bar, I run up the arpeggio, the B minor 7 arpeggio, from the B, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th and the 9th. The B, the D, the F sharp, the A. How to get this lick into your fingers is basically just going at it. Go for it, start slow and speed up slowly. I really believe that when you're practicing something, it's so important that you add this to your music as soon as you possibly can. We'll add the licks to some of the tunes of this video I made earlier. The first 10 tunes you need to learn when you're playing jazz. You're welcome to check out this video to check out the tunes. The great standard scheme Autumn Leaves have a fantastic 2-5-1 in C in the first 3 bars. Yes, the art of transposing is a thing. In the full lesson transcription PDF you can find on my Patreon channel, I have added all the licks to all the tunes, both level 1, level 2 and level 3, to all the tunes I'm commenting on here in this video. You get all the licks in all 12 keys. To skip the transposing, get the PDF on my Patreon on the first tier. Next thing up is practicing the lick in the new key. Same rules apply as before. How to get the lick into your fingers is basically just go at it. Start slow and then slowly speed up. Now it's only a matter of slowly add the lick to the music. Start by adding the lick bar by bar. Play along over the first 4 bars. I'm playing the first bar of the lick. I found a relatively slow play along of Autumn Leaves. I'm happy to present you this play along because it's with my very, very good friend Jens Larsen, who's playing the guitar and probably all the other instruments too. Find the link to the play along in the description. And remember, if the play along is too fast, you have your good friend YouTube, which can put the tempo down for you like this. Now I'll go on to add bar 2 of the lick. Remember, if this is too slow, skip a little bit forward and then check out the next level. Playing bar 1 and 2 over the first 8 bars. And now on to the full lick. Going on to the next level lick, level 2. In level 2 we're adding scales and a few extensions to the chords. Exactly as in level 1, we need to understand what we're playing before we can start transposing it and moving it around and adding this to our standards. On the A minor 7 I basically run up the scale and then a little bit of arpeggio. In the beginning it's important to get the sound of the chord when adding the scale. The scale notes can easily blur the function of the chord if you're playing the scale notes randomly. This is why I meticulously have the chord notes on the beats of the bar. On the D7 chord, I keep the same pattern almost as in the previous example, level 1. The 5th and the 3rd, and then I'm running down the scale, adding a C from the F sharp, E, D and a C, the leading tone, towards the B in the 3rd bar. On G major I start on the 3rd, then I add a small piece of scale between the 5th and the 7th, and then I add a piece of scale going from the 9th down to the 13th, where we're adding a G major 7 at 13 chord. I will add this lick to the great tune of Take the A Train. Remember, for the transposing I have added all the licks, the level 1, 2 and 3, to all the 3 tunes I'm working with. So Autumn Leaves, Take the A Train and Blue Bossa. I've added these in the tunes and in all 12 keys, so you can easily go transposing these if you get the PDF on Patreon. Link is in the description. It's important to practice the lick in the new key. In Take the A Train in bar 5 to 8, we have a 2-5-1 in D major. I'm playing the first 2 rounds of 8 bars, playing only the first bar. Again, my longtime great friend Jens Larsen has helped us out with the play along here of Take the A Train. And No News Under the Sky, go slow. Now I add the 2 first bars. If you get bored by waiting between the licks you have to play, you can add a few chord notes. But please don't make things too complicated when improvising between the licks you have to practice, because it can take away your focus from the actual playing of the lick. And now playing the full lick. Keep it simple. Level 3. Talking about complicated. Level 3 is beginning with an enclosure. Then we're going up the A minor 9 arpeggio, adding a small string of approach notes, going right down to that F sharp on the D7 chord, on the first beat of the 2nd bar. F sharp is moving rhythmically up to the A. Then we're going down the D7 bebop scale, from the F sharp to the C, making a pickup of the low E. I call this a pivot, playing the E 1 octave lower than anticipated. With the pivot we are encircling the B of the G major bar. But we're not playing the B, we're playing directly into an enclosure, the A sharp and the C around the B. On the B I'm starting a B minor arpeggio, an upper structure of the G9. From the A, the 9th above, I attach the C with a chromatic line. Then I'm going down the scale, ending on the 2 chords note, the D and the B. The great tune Blue Bossa has a perfect 2-5-1 from bar 9 to bar 12. The key is E flat. We have added the level 3 lick to the key of E flat here. Remember, practice the lick really slow, go up in tempo and go on and practice and practice and practice till you have the lick very steady in your fingers. Then we add the music to the equation. My good friend Jens didn't have a version of Blue Bossa, but I found another play along you can use. Find the link in the description. You can use the usual method to add the lick bar by bar, but this time I want to add the whole lick. The thing you have here is the waiting time before you add the next lick. You can improvise a little bit with chord notes if you want to, but don't lose your focus from the real deal, playing the lick. In the full lesson transcription on Patreon, I have added all the 3 licks, the level 1, 2 and 3 in all 12 keys. added them to all the tunes you have, to Autumn Leaves, to Take the A Train and to Blue Bossa. Then you can easily go on with a great practice of these super licks in all 12 keys. Get it all on Patreon on the first tier. How do you practice your licks? Do you already make your own licks? Let me know in the comments below. Your support on Patreon makes me able to continue putting out these weekly lessons and giving you updates on how you can play different stuff. Any questions about this topic or other saxophone topics, just put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Like and subscribe, you know where to find it. All the links are in the description. Play music and have fun.